All right, call the meeting to order, please. Any public comments? No public.
No one has signed up. Chair.
No public. Approval of minutes for August 7th, they were emailed to us.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Any discussion? Call for the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Discussion and possible action, detox facility update, Dr. Gonzalez.
Madam Chair, members, last week, Mr. Montemayor accompanied us. We met with the city attorneys and the county attorneys. They had not seen the facility on Juarez and Chicago, and so it was important for them to see. The county, last time we had informed you, had already approved the Commissioner's Court entering into an interlocal with the city, putting up the building, the county building for this, and approving the development of what is called the local government corporation, which will be the entity getting funding. And really turning over to the corporation to hire folks, to run it, establish it, but more important, to seek the funding. The county already did that. The city has to do its part now, but before doing that, they hadn't seen it, and then wanted to meet to get some harder numbers commitment from the county. The city did approve last week at its council meeting to generate money for operations, to hire the psychiatrist, the medical team, the support team, the nursing team, the supplies and medication that need to be there. They approved budgeting a portion of the general revenue that is already given from all the municipal court tickets to the tune of, I don't know how many tickets, but it's 35,000 a month that's collected. And so based on the ticket and that, our budget folks already did the analysis. For operations, the city is committing the minimum of $500,000 to almost 800,000. And that's already council approved, and that's to get us going on services. That's for the services. Well, after the meeting at the detox and the attorneys seeing, and Mr. Montemayor, again, I appreciate and thank him for doing a conceptual design that, to me, it's already a good design, but the county being the county and the attorneys being the attorneys, really want a formal public design by an architect. And my thing, I don't know that we have any local architects. I have to tell you that word has gotten out, some from the members in knowing. I know West Care is still interested in coming back to the table now that there's a commitment. A group from Brownsville, that's all they do. They run detox centers, has already called me too. And an architect from San Antonio who helped do the design for the Corpus Detox and for one in San Antonio is already interested too. I told them, well, you're gonna have to wait for the RFQ to apply. So it's a request for qualifications.
Okay.
So that local companies can know, or other
Right,
companies
local
can be
companies
aware.
can bid, as well as, I mean, it's in the public system. Anytime the county or the city post anything, it goes statewide. So that went well. Both attorneys got to meet each other and committed. We got to start the actual document. We had a follow-up meeting yesterday with Judge Tijerina and his chief of staff, because our folks and our city manager and the city attorney and their attorney, Nathan Bratton, we all sat down to reaffirm, and really what our attorney was looking is hard numbers. So we can write in the agreement that the county, besides putting the building, besides agreeing to partner with the city and the local government corporation for fundraising, is what are we talking about for the brick and mortar? Because he had committed, and Commissioner's course, I was there, did commit to funding the brick and mortar, but there was no hard number. The judge yesterday pulled his chief of staff and said, let's sell the bonds for, I told him, for the, we'll need the architect design to give us the hard number for the remodeling, retrofitting, reconstruction of the detox of the facility right now that was given. It could be anywhere between $1.5 million to up to $3 million. So he told to already begin working on a bond for $3 million. That's the
Very good.
construction. The city told him that, you know, we were committed to up to $800,000 per year to get the operations going and hiring the staff, but that we really need another 50% match. We need $1.5 million for the operations, and that's just for bare bones. He committed to what the city's doing on the municipal court side to do also with the DA and the drug courts as well, and assign a portion. So the judge is very committed, and both for brick and mortar and operations. Hopefully, if everything goes well, in 2 weeks they'll publish the proposal to get the qualifications from an architect. And I was sharing, as soon as I get the draft, we gave him some specs that it's a 12-bed facility, the size of the rooms that need to be to meet the state administrative code standard. The rooms for the women have to be separate from the men, so we have a wing for that, and then a wing we did put in for 12-bed adults and 6 adolescent for right now to get it going. And both of them have to be separated, and men and women have to be separated. How many bathrooms, the kitchen, the nursing, that we gave them those minimal specs. Then what I'll do, once we get the draft back, is give it to Jesse and Mr. Montemayor, who have been involved with detox centers before, and probably SCAN as well, so you all can look at it to make sure we do meet the administrative code, and publish it and get a formal design with hard numbers. But you know, I'm excited that the judge and commissioners are gonna dedicate up to $3 million for brick and mortar.
Yeah.
And then the city is dedicating at least $700,000 to $800,000 for the operations, because that can already, while it's being remodeled, we can start recruiting the positions that we need. Notwithstanding, as I said, that there's already companies who said, you hire us, I'll hire, we'll run it. We'll need to also do a proposal on that, because it has to be someone reputable, someone that we trust. You know, some of the local folks here may be interested as well. So that's the quick report on the detox. I don't know, Chief, if you have anything to add?
No, sir. I do have something to add. I just wanted to qualify. The other day when there was a visit going on, I think maybe one of the members that was visiting from the city thought that the whole building was going to be for them. I want to qualify it, and I know Judge Palomo did, but we have on the north side of the building, as you enter, we run 2 programs, a drug court program, a veterans court program. And, you know, over the next 5 years, you know, right now we have a couple of hundred active clients, 150, and over the next 5 years, we will run through at least 600 clients in that facility, and it's, you know, all the offices that are used. I just want to clarify that
Yes,
the detox is on the other end,
exactly.
on the south side, but it's not going to touch where we're at.
No.
And I just wanted to clarify, I know Judge Palomo did, I just wanted to ensure that that was the case.
And it has its own entrance.
And it has its own entrance.
Jesse's absolutely correct. Commissioner Hernandez is correct. Part of the architect is to put it, really physically close it, so the north and the south side don't mesh, and they're segregated, and the south side does have its own entrance, and then it's got its own little garden and
Exactly.
patio too that will enhance the facility. So it'll be 2 different entities in one building.
And that, there's not a problem with that. Now, the only other issue is, since you all, and it's a good idea to do adolescents, because back, you know, when SCAN had the adolescent, when I was deputy director of treatment, back in 2001, Laredo had the highest rate of admission for adolescent heroin addicts. You know, 90% of the clients were heroin addicts in residential, and our detox was full. So it's a good idea to have the adolescents, because we have seen them, you know, I've seen them as adolescents, and I've seen them in the drug court, and we see them on and on. But if you're gonna do adolescents, you're gonna have to have a separate entrance for adolescents. Adolescents and adults can't mix. So you have to have 2
Right.
separate entrances for the detox, one that leads you to the adolescents and one that leads to the adults. I just wanna
And that's why I said, once we gave him enough, and we did say 2 separate entrances, 2 separate segments, and then within each segment, a segment for males, a segment for females. Once we get that, we'll pass it through you all to
The
look at
required
it.
staffing changes also.
Yeah, the required staffing, because with adolescents, it goes up, the
It goes
staffing
up.
changes with adolescents. But
The
we will
room-
look at that now that we know that it's gonna be.
The room
18,
size
12,
is
and 6.
different, and the staffing.
The room size is different,
yeah,
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think just with that one link I put, it actually has the entire standards for facilities. I just send you for the requirements for the space, but that link has everything on it. But we'll look at it.
Yeah, and scan as well to look at it, the members in the community that are already involved. So that's our report, Madam Chair.
I was gonna ask about the grants. There had been a talk of applying for grants. Are they still out there? Are there still?
Actually, we're looking at some already. Our city attorney was already looking at some. There aren't any for brick and mortar, none that we have found. And that's usually for grants. Brick and mortar becomes the exception. But for operations, once this local government corporation gets formed, yeah, that's gonna be part of their job
Good.
to seek funding because I think it's admirable that the county and the city, and because of you all, are gonna put the seed money. But for long-term sustainment,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
new money needs to be coming in.
Pumping it.
You need it. And then we can always bring up the fact that we're poor and one of the poorest cities in the nation.
Yes.
And the larger number of Hispanics, and it could be discrimination because they're all over the state except for down here, et cetera, et cetera.
Correct.
Oh, I'm very
So,
good at BS.
Oh, yeah, no,
I
that's
think the
not
hospitals would be more
BS, that's true.
interested once we have everything.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
I think the
Yes,
hospitals.
the
will be more-
hospitals, once,
Thank you for bringing that up. The hospitals now with the hard numbers, we're gonna meet it. We've already had 2 meetings with them, with the mayor and the judge. And you were there. You were there and Colleen was there at that meeting. And one of the meetings that we had a subsequent, they also will buy in and put some money because this will benefit them
Yeah.
Right.
as well.
Right,
Just
okay.
doing
No,
the-
just
their
checking
work.
because grants are important, that's, well,
I
and
guess
we've
so.
got a Congressman Cuellar who could be pushing it, federal and so on.
Well, on the state side, House Bill 13 was passed, and Representative Raymond had a press conference 2 weeks ago on it. It's mainly for behavioral health, but if you have a comorbidity, an issue leading to a behavioral health, you can use, and there was new monies put in there for the first time in a long time that behavioral health monies were put into a bill to support the mental health authorities. And so that's one venue already as a possibility, but we gotta do the construction so we have a building to say this is where we're gonna provide the services. And I don't know, Scan, you all knew about House Bill 13 because it's got a ton of money for behavioral health.
So I need to go back and look at it. I know that MHMR is already looking at that.
Yeah,
I've talked to them.
it mainly is for the mental health authorities, but it does have flexibility for services that are comorbidities and of anyone with a behavioral
Yeah, that's why
health.
they have their COPS D program, and they'll be able to link clients that are in that program to services like that, using, I guess, that money, that's what I understand.
And Border Region is already tapped into those monies for their Zapata services, but for web doesn't qualify to start using it until October of next year. So it's still one more year, but for their other region, for Zapata and Jim Hall did they service as well, they're already using some of those monies and very, very much needed because the co-occurring issues between substance use and behavioral health and other diseases,
Yeah,
it goes hand in hand.
dual.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for the update. We go on to Mal del Norte event. Colleen?
It's coming up, it's next week on Saturday from 12 to 4. We encourage the members to help us out and participate. I know I hadn't been here in the last meetings, but I know that they reported what the concept was, considering that it is National Recovery Month. We want to be able to showcase our stakeholders and other members of the directory to be able to display in a booth setup, whether passing out brochures or just passing out information about what services they provide. It is an educational outreach, and so I was able to, just right before I got here, and I'm still gonna work on it, but it's intended to be a loteria theme, like fun. It's in the season of 16 de septiembre, and so we are encouraging the booths to set up and decorate in a festive, theme, I guess you could say. And so we're gonna create half a sheet loteria cards, where the front part will have the logos of everybody who's participating, and on the back it's gonna have instructions on how to play, and then also have their principal name, their age, and their phone number, and a quick survey. The survey is going to have questions that you're all more than welcome to add, but I just kind of did them on the way over here. So it's do you live in Laredo Webb County? You want to find out if they know about the services that are provided, and then of course it goes on to, are you aware of the services provided for drug and alcohol, substance abuse? Do you feel a drug detox facility will benefit the community, and this could also help us out, and kind of start surveying from the community? And then what do you think is the reason why drug alcohol is a problem? And so it's going to be considered, stress, family, school, it could be even TV, social media. What is influencing the problem? Is it accessibility and stuff like that? So we're going to narrow it down to different multiple reasons, and then they can just fill it out. They turn in their card, and then they'll be able to grab a prize from it. But we're hoping that we have a successful event, and working on a media release, and also radio interviews and TV interviews, so that we can be able to better promote it. I know that the city of Laredo recently proclaimed it through SCAN National Recovery Month. We wish we could have been invited so that we could have been able to push it out there as well, and then also include this event. I know that they are having an event that same day. They have a walk that's happening. So we haven't heard from some of our stakeholders. We've heard from 8 different entities. And so we're still waiting for the other stakeholders to be able to sign up and be there. And then, of course, if you all have a recommendation of somebody who would benefit from being there or promoting their services, it would be great to include them as well.
Okay, yes.
At the rec center.
Well, anyone who can help with the actual problem would be the best to be there. And maybe that lady that we were talking about that was in the newspaper last week that has the awareness of the overdose of people who had died, and she could set up her pictures and stuff. And I was telling Mr. Maciel about the Laredo Fire Department EMTs who pick them up, and what they do and how they handle it, or maybe.
Yeah, so anybody that's a counselor or and is doing things outside of the traditional stakeholders, we're wanting them to join. So. Even at that, I think SCAN, I've spoken to Dr. Contreras. Dr. Contreras has the mental health first aid. I gave them the idea that they can set up a booth and sign up for their next class. So those are just ideas that we're wanting to reach out, and hopefully they're able to join. We were recommended by Mr. Salinas, the mall contact, to have it during those hours, because during that day, on a Saturday, that's when we're going to have more an increase in traffic, and so we're able to reach all different ages. So we're hoping that everybody's able to join us, and of course we did it in a form where people are going to be approachable in an approachable event. That's why we called it the Helping Hands Community Fair. We weren't going to call it the National Recovery, because we just, that's the purpose of it, but we didn't want to have people just not go. We want to make sure that they go and that they are able to get educated in this, especially during this time frame. So.
And we will have the laptop out there? Yes, good. Now what about, have you gotten any answers from City Council about the door prizes, Dr. Gonzalez or Andrea?
Have you gotten any, Andrea? Soft commitments from 3 councilmen, and certainly Councilman Torres
He came
has a
through in
hard-
in
hard
a big
commitment.
way, he came through.
We'll remind him, but the letter,
He gave 6 cards, right? Gift cards? 6 gift cards, 1 basket, one of those big baskets they prepare. Dinner for 2 at Tack Room, dinner for 2 at Zaragoza Grill, and a weekend for 2 at La Posada Hotel.
Oh, that's good.
So I think what we're gonna do, so that we make it, we encourage more people to join, is that we're gonna designate one of those,
Nice
gifts.
prizes.
Yeah, one of those prizes to the best table, setup. And so that's what we're gonna get the commissioners, the commission members to be able to vote on the best one. But that's gonna be the next email that we're probably gonna send out, where we're gonna designate one of those, prizes for the best set of food. Maybe
I
that
can donate
encourages people out
something.
there on a Saturday.
Good. So those of us
Or lunch.
I hit my councilman hard. And so the rest of you, whoever appointed you, hit them. Call them
Yeah.
and say, hey, I'm embarrassed. Why haven't you come through with something for us to give out when we're trying to do something for you? I'm working for you for free.
Ándale.
Right?
Yes.
Madam Chair, we'll resend the letter, but 4 of them did contact
Good.
me of what we wanted, so I gave them the example of Councilman Torres. What we didn't do, and we will do now, we didn't send it to the commissioners and the judge.
The commissioners, yeah.
But I told Commissioner Gonzalez, so he just wants something in writing, but he said he'd give
Right.
something.
Yes, Councilman Torres asked me for a letter, so I got it to him before the rest of them.
And we send it out, you sign the letter, we send it out to all the city councilmen, we'll send it out to the commissioners and the judge as well, and resend it out. But at least 4 city councilmen said, yes, we're gonna give, they just haven't told, the only one who has said
What?
hard is Councilman
I even
Torres.
talked to him this weekend and asked him do I have to pick it up? Are you gonna bring it? Who's gonna deliver it? I need it now. And so he's bringing it to you. Have a runner deliver it to you.
Yeah, then we'll get it.
I'm a pain in the neck. I will not let you go. If you promise something,
Está bien. That's right.
okay. We go on to PSA, oh yes, and Workgroup Reports. You wanna do the PSA, Colleen, or should we ask?
I'll go ahead and do it. We've been working on a PSA with PAC, and they were able to do something for us. And so what we're gonna show you is just the way that it's looking. It's still not the final. We still need to add the logo, the voiceover, and I believe just the title. And so we worked with what we had, because PAC is only available during the day. Would we have done it a little bit different? Most definitely. Do we want to continue working with them, and do we have the availability to work with them? Yes. The next one that we're gonna probably put out there is the vaping, the e-cigarettes, that it has changed. So we're gonna put that out there as a Drug and Alcohol Commission message. We do welcome any ideas that you may have. That way we can continue having something to produce on a monthly basis. But we are doing it with, I guess, 2 months before we actually want to see it aired. So.
Put yourself in my shoes. My son was killed by a drunk driver. He was working, making a honest living, ready to set up a business on his own. All gone in an instant because the driver decided to drink and drive. Don't let this happen to another family.
So Richard was instrumental in having to put it together. Leah has also helped out, Ms. Quintanilla. Everybody in the group have been able to help out Steven by getting his
Hello.
allowance to be able to do that. Richard,
The titles.
The title and
I was just gonna say,
voiceover.
when that partner, she puts over the book and posts it, we're gonna do a voiceover there, saying, yeah, I have it written down, like, don't drink and drive, basically, don't get high and drink.
I think it's wonderful, but I also would like to see if you can script or do something about substance use, because we have so many heroin addicts or drug users dying here in Laredo.
Yeah.
And we hear a lot about the DWI, but, you know, I think if we're gonna be doing this detox facility, you're gonna have a large number of substance abuse cases, especially with drugs. And so it's beautiful, you know, I think, but we have to have a balance too, to remind, you know.
Yeah, we-
things go hand in hand.
Yeah.
That can be the next one, the one
Right.
after vaping.
Yeah, most definitely. The ideas, I'm writing them down. I actually have them in a spreadsheet where we're kind of putting them, and then Ms. Quintanilla has been very great at scripting them almost immediately. So I'll remind her, and then we can go ahead and show you that. If you have, like, for example, the brainstorming, give us the idea as to, is there a lot of cases? Is there incidents that are prone to happen because of substance? Or is it just, like, what is the consequence?
I have statistics down, I know I have that. And I think that if you wanted to do something in the drug court, as they go through different levels, you know, once they get to a certain phase, they have to go out in the community and the drugs in school program,
Right.
they have to give a message. So we have probably a number of clients that might be willing to participate and talk about their story and their losses.
And actually, that was the idea behind this one, how it originally started, and that's why we were able to get Miss Alonso, because she has a story. So that was the thing, that we need people to have a testimony to it. So we wanted to also reach out to individuals who have overcome that challenge and that have been able to recover from drug or alcohol use.
I know that we have.
Or what about like showing, these are what people's children or your children, signs that you can look for. You know, if you see an abscess wound, don't let your child or your whoever go. Take them directly to the hospital, because this shouldn't look like that. So show them an abscess, a needle, I mean, I know.
I think all of those are important. I think we have to show, provide the community with knowledge that they don't have
Right.
about that. I can look, I know that in past evaluations I've sent CDs of testimonials, so, but maybe we can get a more current one, because we have a lot of new clients, and some of them are doing very well.
Or you know what, and actually, I hate having ideas, because then I can add more.
Then I have to do
ideas.
it.
So-
Totally.
But I actually like that right now when you said that, and having to put it together with the detox. I think I have the idea of putting that together, and then putting at the very end something like that says detox facility coming soon, like promoting it.
Yeah, because you know, right now, a great majority of our clients are being sent off out of town as they're coming into our program. Because you know, I supervise the counselors that are there, and I'm letting them know, no, you have to let the committee know, the drug court committee, that these clients need to be outside and not detoxed in the jail or somewhere else. So we're sending more clients out, and we're sending them out of town. So this is an opportunity for us to point those things out, point out the
Or
statistics.
tagline that says, you know, something that says, you know, do you know that these, you know, there's been a number of people that get sent out, but now we'll have this in our community. Something that is a negative, but then has a positive that's coming sooner, that we're making happen.
Yeah.
For example, help coming for families, because the families, a lot of them have to foot the bill or help.
He got paid for this.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
get sent to jail and go through the system because they
even-
won't go. you
And
know.
even many times, I don't know, bullying has been going on for a while now, but now we have it doing it on social media and stuff. The kids are doing that, and how that could affect suicide rate.
You know, you could probably do a PSA on the age of these radar ones are starting to use drugs.
Yes.
You could get in touch with Judge Hale and Judge Palomo. They do these courts and schools programs where they
Yes.
sentence people in courts. You get your cameras out there, you can kind of pan it over and show
Yeah.
all the little kids in elementary school that have been exposed to
I think they have to melt the
to
faces.
drugs and the like. And he has a participant that, if you get her permission, she may actually do a commercial for y'all.
Yeah.
Who could talk about the devastation caused by cocaine, which a lot of people think is just okay.
A plane
I think there's somebody in there that's lost a body part to cocaine, that might be willing to share her story on a PSA.
reach out to their office and find out who can do that, and then I'll email you, Mr. Hernandez, with maybe some of those ideas or testimonies that you can.
Yeah, I'll talk to Lupita. I'm gonna call her. She's the coordinator, drug court director.
And yeah, that would be great, because then what month is coming up? October is coming up, and as everybody else is doing something, we can also put out
Do the
there
drug.
with drug.
As a matter of fact, I had just called on Monday that preparing for the evaluation that's due 2 months. I'm gonna be doing some interviews with clients. So that might be a good time as we're pulling them out to maybe do something if they agree.
If you do have those dates, then please send them over. That way we can get with PAC, because I know that they wanted to have a schedule when we needed
Yeah.
them to
Well,
go out there.
there'll be time. I have to meet with Lupita, decide which are the clients. I can talk to her about the client you're talking about and see who's willing and they can participate. And then you all can decide how to do it.
Yeah, no, it's an ongoing project, so if anybody else has another idea, we encourage you, that way we can have something on the table to present. This would be our PSA for this month, and next month we can do something else, and then the following.
Yeah, and October would be the drug, so that would be perfect if we could get it done
Now,
by the end of September.
Dr. Gonzalez, am I mistaken, or, when we were doing the project, Erasing Barriers, didn't you all put out a calendar with the artwork of every month
We did.
drawn by, from that HIV? That was a beautiful calendar. We could do something similar where we do every month, we tackle a different topic. And, it could be something that we work out and get planned, and then, at the beginning of the year, say, here's your calendar, from the committee, and every month, it has something about substances in the community, knowledge that they need to learn, and,
Sounds good.
that was a really wonderful calendar.
We can work with the commission on developing that. Madam Chair, on this PSA, what needs to be done so we can have it ready for the event, and we can have a monitor there so it's showing constantly?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the
Title.
logo, the new logo, the voiceover, and the title, which Andrea will work with Richard, and it should be done almost very quickly.
I was just gonna ask, do y'all agree that we should frame every PSA with the same image, title, or information kind of form?
Yes, it would have to be our
Yeah,
logo.
that way we can have the branding set up.
Just so we'll come to an agreement with what it is, like it's the logo and how we.
Yeah, this message brought to you by the Laredo Webb County Drug and Alcohol
Yeah,
Commission.
the logo will be in the back, you make it a little opaque so it's see-through, so it's nice in the back. And then that can be the book framing to every single piece.
Yes.
Okay, good idea. Let's go on to work group reports, please. Did we get the list of what they were? I forget.
Yes, here's the list.
Okay, that one. Prevention, outreach, education, we just covered. And then we go on to intervention, treatment, and rehabilitation. No?
I'm on the last one.
Okay. Transition and aftercare?
Talked to Mara, we were trying to get together. It looks like we're gonna get together after she comes back because she's getting married on Saturday.
Sorry.
So, sorry.
She's busy.
Yeah, so we'll meet after she gets back, next 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, and she did say that she was gonna try to make it. She was at our meeting yesterday with the judge. But yeah, she's.
Yeah, she's having
about
a
to
happy
get married,
occasion.
so.
So there's other business involved.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And detox treatment support?
I don't know, Jesse, other than what we.
Transitional support.
Well, no,
Oh, that was me. the
I wasn't able
transition.
to meet today, and I didn't know if anyone met, but I just provided you with information.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Well then,
They've been active.
everybody's,
Yeah, somebody
Working.
emailed me, I'll be, that was pretty quick today, right?
all right, we'll go on to awareness on substance abuse and training on overdose.
Madam Chair, I put that on there for you just because, and I'm glad the commission decided to do the website. I don't know if you all have seen it. It's been updated one more time at your request to be making it more proactive. your request to have information out in this special event, because there's people really who don't know. We attended the event that, last Friday, the family who had a son overdose. And she didn't know of the commission, she didn't know of the services, because she was adamant and commendable. She wants to develop a rehab center in Laredo. But, the words, she was saying rehab, but really wants people to know, because she said her son never knew that there was prevention, that there were services. Apparently he started using heroin when he was 14. And so mine is, congratulations to the group, but it's a continuous thing. And then we need to continue the ongoing training. I know PD and Fire is having training. We had some at the health department. We invited you all to come. We're gonna have a second round in October. We trained folks to use naloxone spray and learn about medical treatment. 15 clinicians came to the treatment, but 120 came to, and you did too as well. And Colleen came, Ms. Rodriguez came to the opioid general overview, because a lot of folks don't know. And so I think our first responders are getting trained so they can be able to respond. I know we have groups like SCAN and Pillar who are also ongoing. I know Pillar has a grant to train folks on using the spray, because you can save a life.
And where can we get the spray?
Actually, it's over the counter, but we are about to announce that the health department, we've got a partnership with the nursing school in San Antonio who's doing the training, and they can provide us every quarter with up to 100 doses. And so we're working that arrangement, because if you buy it on your own, it's expensive.
So you would be able to buy it here?
You can, but what we want to be between the organizations like Pillar, I'm not sure if SCAN has
Yes,
a program.
We don't have a specific program that provides naloxone, but through the different grants that we have, we do purchase the medication. It's an open prescription, and we do buy quite a bit of it, and we make it available to the participants that are in our program. So we give it to them for free.
Through SCAN?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
through SCAN has them, and then Pillar has another small one, and then hopefully in
So
October.
you can go to all those
we
and get
will.
them from there?
The
And
main
the health
thing is to put it
department.
up so that they know.
It's an expensive medication, so
It-
it's not that.
But for
come by
free,
and-
'cause
so
you
what
have
we
a grant.
We do provide it for free to the
Yeah.
participants that we see, whether they're actual client SCAN participants or with somebody that just came in for a screening. And
What
if they're-
program is this?
We do this through general funding,
Okay, so it's general funding,
through the agency, so we.
so it's throughout whatever program you have, TRA, whatever it is, right? And do they have to meet certain criteria?
No.
So as a
we get an
parent-
If an individual comes in and they're,
Oh, that's what I mean, they have to, do they have
well,
to be
outside,
opiate
yeah,
addicts?
if somebody comes in and say, I just want one, no.
No, you have to do screening, they have to at least be opiate addicts, they have to be actively using, at risk.
So a parent can't come in and get it?
We have done that. We've
So you
had,
can?
Yeah, so again, let me explain. So there is no dedicated money for this, and again, it is an expensive medication. So we don't go out promoting, hey, come in, get it, but we've had parents that say, hey, my son, my daughter has been using, and we'll give them. It come in a sets of two. So we'll give them the box, we'll give them the medication. For clients that are active or people that are being screened, and we determine that they're at risk, we definitely provide the medication for free. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so, and SCAN does great with that, and I'm sure they have their hands full with who you serve, but they still, Pillar does have a special grant, so you only have to go through training, so parents could go. Then that's what we want to do, but it's limited, because if you buy it, you can buy it, but
Very
it's
expensive.
about $300.
Oh, yeah, it's probably not
The
gonna
spray,
happen.
so a lot of our folks can. So what we want to do at the health department is, all we're going to require, anyone can get it, but you need to be trained. But the training is not out of this world. It's
No.
very simple, and it's logical. And it's always tied in, while you intervene and apply the spray, you still call 911.
Yes.
To get EMS there. This is the
Just a
steps
bridge, yeah.
before, but by you doing that, and it is a heroin or an opioid overdose, you can save the person's life.
Right.
And so that's critical. So more trainings, and Jesse mentioning the calendars is that would be one of the things to put on, but also on your website of the commission, to make sure that people can access what's happening, the special events.
Can I make one more comment?
See.
When you gave us that call to come and help, we actually, when we came out to look under the bridges, we encountered a few people that, especially under 35, that were IV users, and we provided them logs right then and there.
No, SCAN does a great job.
That's great.
But again, working with families who are users and users themselves to try to get them connected to services. So they do a great job with that. But
Doesn't
the whole
providing-
thing is, we're just gonna continue and let you know about different trainings, because it's an ongoing issue.
Yeah.
Does providing this medication or making this medication more accessible, lead the user to be more lax in his use and push the envelope even further?
Well,
It's like, they're gonna bring me
Save
back
a life.
anyway, so.
regardless of that, the whole point of the medication is to save a life.
Save a life, yeah.
Regardless of their mentality, the whole purpose.
Yeah, but well, you see what I'm trying to say is that a user is now gonna have that safety net,
Yeah.
versus before it says, well, I use this much, this is my dose. Oh, I can increase it now, because if I OD, they'll bring me back.
A good point, Mr. Gutierrez, but when we did the training, that came up. The thing is that most folks, when they OD, are alone.
Yes.
So you need someone to apply it, and so
Right.
that's why we're creating more numbers of awareness, so people, because family members,
Yeah.
like this lady who had the event, she knew her son was using, but she didn't know about the spray, and so and when he OD'd, he wasn't around her, he was alone.
Yeah.
And so is one of the first things, in the training also, is that when you have users, and Jesse knows better, and SCAN, that always try to have pairs, or someone overwatching someone, because if you're alone and you OD, who's gonna apply the spray? There's no one around you.
But that's like asking people, let's go have a party, but you can't drink.
The designated.
The designated not user.
No, they're too out of it to know.
Yeah, I don't think, at least, and I've been through a lot of people that have overdosed from heroin, and I don't think any of them wanted to die.
No.
And
No.
they didn't want to die, they didn't expect at that time they were using it. Sometimes they had been in recovery for long periods of time, and, they went back and they went into a lethal dose. Other times, I had a client that, was given fentanyl, and, there's so many different things that can
Yeah,
happen.
too
that,
many.
I guess,
variables.
and some of them were with other people that could have been saved, but.
Yes.
They didn't know.
And so I understand about the safety net, but these are people that already think irrationally anyway.
That's
Yeah.
right.
If you think about it, even someone that drives while intoxicated, they're thinking irrationally. They think that they can drive perfectly,
Right.
and they're still going to go out and do it. And that's one of the primary signs of any addiction. You
Right.
continue using despite adverse consequences. That's the whole insanity of it.
Okay.
LPD
Yeah.
faces
She's
that
been
as-
brought back to
as
life, I
well.
don't know how many times. And not in a good way, or the one with the injection in the chest. It's horrible.
Okay. Well, on that sad note, do we have any announcements?
Shirts.
On behalf of Miss Galena, she couldn't make it because she's out of town. She's at a waiver conference. My name is Sandra Rivera, and she did send me because since the time is so short for the Saturday event, she told me that she came if the board wanted to decide and do T-shirts, for that Saturday only. They are $3 because a girl from work, she can do them. But let me pass it around so y'all can see the way it would look. That's for just that Saturday event. And then she told me in case y'all wanted to do polos, then you all could just tell me, like, if you all want to do polos, the prices are here. For cotton is $20, for half and half, which is 50 and 50. Those are $23, and the cotton ones, they're $25. She thought about telling all of the committee, the board, that the polos can probably, we found an embroidery place, so that can do the polos, but she would like for you all to decide the material and the color. Which color would you all like, royal or just the other blue? So I don't know what the board wants to decide which one. And the polo would be like for other events, the main events, I guess, like for later on. But the t-shirts would be for the 14th, the Saturday.
And we started a month ago and we still ended up with t-shirts.
Do you all have a big and tall truck?
A big what?
Big and tall.
Big and tall.
Oh,
They might
okay.
order big and tall.
Or big and short too.
You know, one of the things that, you know, when I was on the act retreat, you know, they
What is
just
it?
tell us, you buy these shirts, you buy your own polo shirts, this color, this color, this color, and then this is where you take them to get embroidered.
Kind of like a,
It might just be the easiest way. That way, we're all comfortable in whatever
That too.
we want. I mean, that's, you know.
We found that Allen Embroidery does the old logo for the city.
The round one?
the round one or
No.
the
square one?
They
Square.
actually do both of them.
Oh.
They do both.
They do both of them, but they have this one. But it's gonna take like
This one's no longer in use.
this one.
Yeah, there's a new.
Because of Confederate flag?
Yeah.
The Confederate
Oh.
flag,
It's
oh.
a battle flag there.
It's gotta
But
be
they
the one
said
on the
that they
left.
can do this one.
But it's not the battle flags.
So, but it's gonna take some time.
Longer
so
than
they won't be
for
ready
Saturday.
for the 14th. So
Anna, you just got that shirt. That's the correct logo, right?
I wouldn't know, Genesis placed the order.
Do you
Yeah,
have
so
the flag,
they
the
should have
Confederate
the
flag on there?
up-to-date one.
No, the Confederate flag is there?
Yes,
I don't
it is
see it.
correct.
The red
No,
one?
it doesn't have.
No, there's no
this is correct
Confederate.
one, so
Oh, it
they have the
doesn't- it
correct one
doesn't have
too.
the-
They have the correct
Okay.
one
Where did you get that?
It's,
from Alan.
from Allen Embroidery.
Oh.
Yes.
The same
It's
thing.
probably the same place, but
Ah.
the owner from there, he spoke to us and he was telling us that they usually work with that one more. But we don't know if you wanna keep it with the old one since you all are doing everything
Since we're old.
with the old logo. No, I mean for the,
Ah.
to keep it separate from the city, right? Like,
Okay,
know, but-
well, I'm tired of this voting bit. We gotta decide now. No more back and forth for 500.
I like the round.
The round one is new, I hadn't seen it, it's nice. So let's take a vote. Dark blue, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3.
What's the other choice? White?
Light blue.
Dark blue.
4, 5, 6. Everybody dark. Okay, that one wins. So now, you want the t-shirt for Saturday and this one for later? How much is this one?
25.
It depends which one, do you want the dry fit, the 50/50, or the cotton?
Oh, so everybody's price could be different, or do they all have to be the same?
No, they have.
No, like if you all decide cotton, well, they're all gonna be $25. So you all just gonna pay.
But what I mean is, all of us have to order the same one.
No,
And
I
this
think
is-
that he can order.
Is this from Alan?
Yes.
Okay, from Alan, as long as it's from Alan, since the city has a contract, and we did that with the other, with
With the long sleeve.
No, you all can choose that we'll pay half. The department will pay half,
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
and you pay the other half.
Okay, well, let's get the expensive one.
Let's just get
The one that's half and half, because the cotton one,
Okay.
it looks like a cow was chewing on it. Yeah.
It'll be too wrinkly.
Yes.
And you can email, either you can let me know, I can write your name, or you can email Ms. Cadena.
Now let's do it now. The ones that are here,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and
Let's just-
pick an order
yeah.
now, and our name is
Yeah,
on there, and
yeah.
we get a shirt.
Yes, yes.
If we're going, if you're going Saturday, you need a shirt. If you're not, well, don't order. Or
But she's
That's
saying that
just my idea.
these shirts are not gonna be ready for that date.
Right.
Only the
Only
t-shirts.
the t-shirts.
Yes.
Okay.
The t-shirts will be ready for the event. We just.
Where
need to
are we
make-
picking them up?
It's a good question. I guess maybe there where we work.
She can email us?
Yes.
She can email.
Once
Okay,
they're
tell her when she gets back that for her to let us know when, what day, we can go pick it up. It's already here.
She already has everybody's email? Or no?
Yes, she
Yes.
does. She has us all.
Okay. So I'll let her know to send out an email for the t-shirts, and then that way she'll let you know when it's ready.
Mhm.
And
then
then they're all gonna be dark too.
And then
right?
I want to order a long sleeve too, because if we have anything in the winter, I'm not gonna wear a short sleeve.
Can I order, I just want a long sleeve. I always wear long sleeve.
Okay. Well,
Whatever you all want.
2, and the blue. Your color is nice. Done. Done. Okay, anybody else want a long sleeve?
We'll email you, Ms. Ibarra, or Ms. Cadena.
Yes, that's good.
Okay. All right. Well then,
That's it.
Just want to announce.
okay.
A couple of weeks back, we started this initiative about cleaning up some of these areas where addicts have been. So with that, we started with health, with SCAN, and other city departments to do a major cleanup. Going beyond that, we saw that, so not only cleaning it up, but also dispersing and displacing this population. And knowing that, we started doing more interventions and with the doctor's help and SCAN. And so the department's starting to create this HEART initiative. That's what we're calling it, HEART. It's a heroin addicts response team. So not only in a way we want to get away from just enforcing, from just arresting, because it's a cycle that never ends. And of course, the addiction leads to, secondary and tertiary crimes where, these thefts and all that just keeps going. So part of that is, being kind of like a intervention type, educating our officers, creating, what we want to do is create something that our officers can have. See these people and just educate them also, kind of like what the doctor was mentioning, earlier about, a lot of people don't know these programs are out there. And having that real time, that quick info, and a lot of our officers don't even know.
Right.
So it's two ways, is to educate our officers where they can point these individuals to. And unfortunately, because of the stigma of drug abuse, this committee is bringing it up to where it should be. I know through domestic violence, there's more and more literature, more awareness, but I think this will help and do our part as a police department, where not only it's just, arresting people,
Right.
but it's also
Helping them.
the quality of life and helping them with their addictions.
Can you give out like business cards with all the different agencies?
And that's
or
what
where
we're
it
gonna
can-
start developing, is some type of literature, some type
Pamphlet.
of, like, we have these pamphlets that we do for domestic violence victims, where these are your resources, kind of like the same
That's
thing.
what we need.
So that was my announcement on that. And of course, with that displacement, the population moves, so we're gonna be going from the downtown area along the I-35 underpasses, along the Zacate Creek underpasses. So it's an ongoing thing that we just have to be on top of it, always.
Yeah.
And through that whole, involvement and all that, most of these people, some people believe they're homeless, but the great majority are not. It's
Really?
just the addiction.
That's where they go use.
That's where they go, they use, and their buddy system there. So,
Could the committee come out with a business card that has all that information on it? And maybe we could, when we get the detox center there, we could have the address of the detox center and the number for it, and maybe the website too, check us out for more resources. We could give that to the police department, to the libraries, maybe even to low-income areas. If we did a block walk or had these politicians, we could give it to them when they go to those areas. When they go to put all their paraphernalia there, they could stick one of our business cards.
And at the jail.
At the jail too.
Exactly,
But that
right,
little
captive
card-
audience there.
That little card could be quite effective.
Yeah.
And you guys could pass it out, and I could have our logo on it with our website, so they can come here and look up the little info, the address book, I guess, that we're publishing too.
Phone numbers.
Do they still sell cigarettes to the jail prisoners, to like the commissary? Because I know in some places, through the training from Crime Stoppers, that they would pass out matchbooks with that information on the matchbook.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to encourage them
They don't.
to light a match in the jail. No.
That would also be
Matches.
good to print out on like the calendars. Like you can have that information on those calendars.
That you were
idea.
talking about, the
As
calendar.
well.
Oh yeah, that calendar's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
We should definitely do that, but there are two different target
Yeah.
audiences.
Yeah.
The business cards would be to help the officers pass them.
Right,
out,
Something
right,
all the key
right.
numbers
Something
and the
quick
details.
that they
can
can
carry.
keep in a pocket or
The
something.
calendars would be like for the moms and the agencies to
Yes.
keep them informed, you know?
Right,
Another good place is probation.
yes,
Oh yeah.
yes, definitely.
They have daily interaction.
And the courts.
The juvenile
courts that
detention
help.
center, all of those places and the courts.
Okay.
Even like the court-ordered attorneys, because a lot of the times the parents are asking attorneys, what do we do? Where can we go? And they're like, either we don't know, or they can say, here, do this. Because I know some
Yeah.
parents say, let's work together, the prosecuting and the defense attorney, so that we can help our kid,
Well, so we're gonna get it printed?
Well, Madam Chair, we'll work on it
Okay.
to see from the directory and get the key, at least the key numbers.
The key numbers.
So you can, because it has to be just
A
something
referral
quick.
number.
A little card, yeah, it's been done before.
Yeah.
And we'll have my lieutenant who's in charge. He's still developing a lot of this.
Okay.
So
Great.
we'll have bigger update next.
And maybe, Hart, the task force, I know from our staff, Anna's going to the meeting. Scan is also going to also get their ideas of how to do that. I think you all are right, something quick that the
They can
different
stick in a
institutions can use. I don't know where to go or here.
Where can I
It's
get
just-
my child help or my husband or?
Whatever it is.
And they might throw it away
Yeah.
or
Yes.
whatever, but that one person that takes
That'll keep it.
advantage.
Yeah.
Hey, they throw it in the ground and another user might pick it up, who knows?
Yes.
Yes.
It's true.
But it'd be nice to have a space reserved for the detox center when we get that though. Because they need to, maybe a little graphic map or something like that, so.
Right.
Here or something.
Right. Okay, and we can even have a PSA just on the detox, but it's actually running.
That's correct. Yeah.
And do that for 1 month.
When-
All right. Well, if there's nothing else to discuss, I need to call for an adjournment.
So moved.
First,
Second.
second. Any discussion, any approval, disapproval? Okay. Motion adjourned.